Welcome to BlackUSA.news morning show. I'm your host, William Honolulu Jr. Join us as we explore the news and opinions that impact our community. We break down how the major stories have a very personal, local, and racial impact. No topic is off limits, but even if the conversation gets rough, we're always going to keep it real. Greetings and salutations, all my people out there in internet land. This is William Honolulu Jr., and I have the honor, nay, the privilege of serving as the host of the BlackUSA.news morning show. And welcome to Friday, February 25th, 2022. Happy 25th day of Black History Month and National Chocolate Covered Nut Day. You know what? I like working here, so I'm gonna leave that alone. But just happy chocolate covered nut day, and you all enjoy all of the nuts you can get. But anyway, so yesterday we had a great conversation with Darnell Wharton of Baltimore Ceasefire 365. Oh, I'm so looking forward to hooking up with him again on the show, but also some of the stuff that we committed to get done for 365. The next time they're having a 365 weekend, the morning show is going to be right there, and we're going to be broadcasting and advertising that the entire way leading up to it. I am so excited about the opportunity to bring peace back to my city. So it was awesome. Today, you know how I tell you all I know dope people? And I do, because I think, personally, I think it's because I'm a dope person myself. So dope people know dope people, you feel me? Today, I got one of the dopest with me, Keesha Wallace. Keesha Wallace has been my friend for, feels like 30, 40, 50 years. But the cool thing that she's doing right now is that she is the president of the University of Maryland Eastern Shore Baltimore Alumni Chapter. There's a lot of words, but what that means is that she is doing the damn thing to make sure that the alumni from the University of Maryland Eastern Shore and the Baltimore area, that they can maintain an opportunity to come together and really maintain those bonds that they created in undergrad or grad school, but even more, that they can watch out for the next generation and give back to the community. So, I tell y'all, I know a lot of dope people, and I bring you all the ones that I know, and this is going to be no exception. I actually almost had to. I called Donnie a little while ago, but he was on the show. I was about to call him, and I saw he was on the show because I was going to ask him, could I stay in for an extra more hour today? Because I got a sense that this is going to be a little off the chain. Because the thing y'all need to know about Keesha does a lot of stuff. We're going to talk about UMES today, but that's one of the things that we have to really respect about Black women. Is that they the old thing from the Army, we do more before 9 a.m. than most people do all day. Yeah, Black women is that all day. Black women is the Army of the Army. Keesha has show notes. I remember what Crazy Horse told me. He said, don't go in and introduce everybody yourself. Wait, have them do it. Okay, so show notes. But speaking of Crazy Horse, big shout out to him. This doesn't make sense without Crazy Horse and him holding us down and stuff like that. So big ups to you, brother. Again, couldn't do this without you. And I am so exceptionally grateful to have you on the squad. Now, you know what we also got to do? We got to talk about the people who make this stuff possible. And those are our sponsors. You all know how it goes. We always start with edible arrangements. So if you have something you want to celebrate, go ahead and get some edible arrangements. Now, I gotta let y'all know, I'm seeing my mama today, and we're gonna have a conversation because she's still a little ticked off about I said that they have fruit that is consistently as good as hers. She did not like that at all, but I'm gonna get her some edible arrangements and tell her call me a liar then. No, sorry, no, she didn't say that. Sorry. Mom, if you're watching this, mommy, don't. I was joking. That was for the show. I love you. But look what they do. They deliver it even. This is what DoorDash looks like. This is what it looks like. It comes to your house wrapped. And in that was three of them with 3 pineapple white covered chocolate doves. It was amazing. And so if you get an opportunity to celebrate, make sure that you stop by Edible Arrangements or call them in their Govins or Randallstown branches or offices or their office in Pittsburgh and have it DoorDash. Murphy, Falcone, and Murphy, I tell you all every day that Judge Murphy has been protecting the rights of Black people and really doing the thing my entire adult life. He is a staunch advocate and created a law firm to continue that practice. And I am so grateful that they are a sponsor. So if you find yourself in a situation where you need the government to do something different, or they're not treating your community or your people well, or you find yourself in the midst of a civil case, you might want to go ahead and give Murphy, Falcone, and Murphy a call. Worst case scenario, they're not able to help you directly, but they're able to refer you to somebody who can. Best case scenario, they'll be able to take your case and transform the trajectory of your life. So make sure you give Murphy, Falcone, and Murphy a call for some your civil issues. Now, if you find yourself with some criminal charges, you might want to call the warrior lawyer, J. Wendell Gordon. They don't call him the warrior lawyer because it rhymes, although it does, and that does sound cool. They call him the warrior lawyer because he fights for his clients and he wins. I tell you all every day, if you don't even got to believe me, just Google him. You will see the fact that he is out there fighting and winning for the people that he serves. So if you have a criminal issue, make sure that you holler at J. Wendell Gordon. STEM City USA, Dr. Tyrone Taborn and his staff over there do an amazing job. Thanks to them, BlackUSA.news is one of the first. It's actually, I'm sorry. See, you know, every once in a while, some humility try to sneak up in my vocabulary, and I got to excise it real quick. Not that we are one of the first. We are the first Black media organization to stream in the metaverse. Boom, 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 boom. I told you I'm still going to get that reverb machine, so then when I talk, it sounds echoey when I do it, because especially when we talk about STEM City, we talk about the metaverse. It feels like I should say metaverse. You know what I mean? You know that machine? I don't have one of those yet, but that might have to be an investment. Either way, make sure that you stop by STEM City USA and you start learning about the metaverse, start enjoying and getting used to it, because that's the wave of the future. And we want to make sure that we are not getting left behind again. So make sure you stop by STEM City USA and check out the metaverse. My company is the Grinding Gang. We help you all take your business to the next level. Trying to decide what to do when you're starting a business is difficult. There's so many people with advice, so much information. And what we do is we help you make sense of the information, not just to achieve your business and financial goals, but we help you get through the information so that you can achieve your personal goals as well. A lot of business consultants and consulting agencies want you to believe that it's always business, is never personal. Tell me when you stop being you. You take you everywhere you go. And if you don't have a business plan or business system that takes you into consideration, it's going to be really rough for you. Oh, and now Darker Than Blue Grill, you all know I'm looking forward to having my mama fix me some food when I get down there and enjoy some. But you know what? I'm sure she's going to do some fried potatoes with onions and stuff like that. But I gotta admit, I'm still looking forward to that next cowboy prime rib at Darker Than Blue Grill. It is amazing. I love the salmon as well, and I'm looking forward to the hamburger. Somebody told me it was really good, and I'm looking forward to it. Well, today I'm going to enjoy lunch with my mama. But this weekend, Lordy, you know how we do. So we're going to enjoy Darker Than Blue Grill, and uh, last but definitely not least, our newest sponsor, Donnie Glover, in his book, I Am Black Wall Street. There's a lot of scholarship out here on what happened in Black Wall Street in Tulsa, Oklahoma. But one of the things that the scholarship is missing is, how did they get there in the first place? So Donnie takes a deep dive into the relationship with Native Americans and the other networking and the trials and tribulations that people took moving from Florida to Oklahoma, and how they got there. So the second Seminole Wars, it's a lot of great information. So if you have not already copped the copy of I Am Black Wall Street, please make sure you do. And very recently, Donnie had the I Am Black Wall Street Awards, and this is a picture of our own Ashley Tay, woo-woo, who was receiving an award for all of the work that she has done working with women who are victims of domestic violence, human trafficking, and abuse. So yeah, really proud of them, really proud of Donnie and all that he's done. Proud of Ashley and all of the other honorees. Big ups to all of you guys. Whew, that was, oh man. It's so funny. Like, I go over the sponsors and I get emotional because, like, our sponsors do good work in the community. they really do help people, and it is really amazing to be able to work with people like that. Big shout out to two of the other hosts on BlackUSA.news shows, Dave Chap Lovelace, Share Space with Dave and Quita, and big up to Robert Washington for the Robert Report. Both of those shows are on Monday. One Shared Space at 7, Robert Report at 8. But one of the reasons I'm giving them a big shout out today is, again, I know great people who are always trying to do what's right and do what's better for the community. And they are out here with this thing called Breadcoin. I'm gonna see if I can find, because I keep a piece of Breadcoin on me. Breadcoin is an opportunity to address homelessness and poverty. What it is it's a coin, looks like a regular token. And for the restaurants that participate in the coin, in Breadcoin, when you walk in and you give them that coin, they give you a meal, no questions asked. They don't know whether you're a volunteer and got it as part of incentive, whether you're homeless, a victim of domestic violence or abuse. They don't know that you get to maintain your dignity and still get a meal. They're already using them in Washington, D.C. and Prince George's County. And that's another thing that the morning show is going to jump on, because if we have an opportunity to use this platform to elevate an issue like homelessness, like hunger, like these starvation zones, of food apartheid zones, all of that, if we get an opportunity to have an impact there, we're damn sure going to take it. So big up again, you guys. Y'all going to be hearing a lot more about Breadcoin in the near future. Also, big shout out to Donnie. His show this morning had Erica Alston Buck and Paula Campbell, R&B artists, talking about the development of art and the history of art in Baltimore. Because a lot of people, they talk about the crime and violence, but they don't know the vibrant history, how Baltimore was influential in the jazz movement, and how the modern R&B movement is a lot of influences owed to Baltimore. It was a wonderful conversation, and if you all missed that, make sure you jump on it. You will not be disappointed. Whew. Oh my gosh. So y'all know who it is, because I got to calm myself down, get myself prepared in my more professional role. It's not going to stay that long because this is one of my good friends, but I'm at least going to try to do it and start it off the way that it should be. And Keesha also represents one of the things that we've been talking about a lot here, the excellence and the power of Black women. And not just are we going to celebrate Keesha today as a Black woman during Black History Month, doing Black things for HBCU. We're also going to start our promotion for the morning show's month of Black women. So let's talk a little bit about that. Dear Shanae and Simone, as you move through life as Black women, you will have a very unique experience. In many cases, you will be asked or expected to serve in roles that weren't clearly explained, nor did you really agree to. Over the course of my life, I have met some amazing women who have navigated some of the spaces that you will encounter. I want my village to share with you their stories of trials and successes to help provide a foundation to understand your power to choose the woman that you will become and the strength that you can find in your sisters. This series of shows is my gift to you. The women you will hear from are phenomenal. They come from different backgrounds and have chosen different paths for their lives. Each represents a facet of the Black woman experience. Some of the stories may not align with your journey directly, but those stories are even more important. By listening closely, you can learn about uncommon experiences and find ways to support your sisters along your shared journey. I love you all so much, and I hope to see you soon. So March is going to be the morning show month of Black women, and that's what we're going to be doing. Every show in March, we're going to have another amazing Black woman come and tell her story about how she made it through, how she navigates roles, because, it's my show. And if I want to turn March into a love letter to my goddaughters, that is exactly what we're going to do. But we're going to end off the month with a powerful Black woman herself, We're gonna bring to the camera Keesha Wallace. Hey, boo, how you doing?
Hey boo, how you doing?
How are you doing, love? Welcome, welcome, welcome to the morning show. So,
Thank you for
oh,
having me.
no problem. I have to remember my show notes. Crazy Horse said that I have to let you introduce yourself. So, tell the people who you are, Keesha.
Well, I'm going to take a sip of my Black Girl Magic first.
Ooh, go ahead and show, because that's what you should be drinking, all the baby.
Then I'll tell you. Good morning, good morning, good morning, everybody. My name is Keesha Wallace. I am the chapter president for the University of Maryland Eastern Shore Baltimore Alumni Chapter. I am the co-chair for Christmas for Community Partnerships, a annual toy drive that has taken place for the last 15 years in Baltimore City that helps to reunify children with their fathers who were incarcerated. That was our first mission, to help reunify children who had fathers that were incarcerated or suffered from substance abuse and were unable to be the parent they needed to be at that time due to those
Mhm.
circumstances. So, William, you know that is a major passion of mine.
Yep.
Is the criminal justice system, also to the family unit in Baltimore City.
Mhm.
So I have been a chair with my co-chair with Corey Ramos,
Oh,
who
wait,
is,
wait, because you wait. I'm sorry, you might not know how our customs here. Oh, but
I'm sorry.
when we recognize somebody who doing big stuff, we stop and acknowledge and shout them out. So big shout out to Corey Ramos for always holding it down and in the community. Like I can't move through my Facebook feed without seeing one of y'all doing something. So big,
Corey,
because we gotta big up, especially big up Black women that's out here doing it. Because who else going to do it?
So Corey, if people don't know, Corey is the community goat. Like, she's the greatest of all times.
Yeah.
He is my sister in service. She does wonderful things. She works for the mayor's office right now for the city council president. Corey is amazing. Corey is the plug. If you want to find some community work, that is the person that you need to definitely follow, is
Absolutely.
Corey Ramos, because she is going to make sure you know everything that is happening in Baltimore. So, William, that is one of my major passions that you know. Also, UMES is my
Hey,
baby.
Brooke. Brooke say hey.
Hey, Brooke, that is
Yeah,
my
you
second
got to
vice
shout out.
president.
But that's what happens when you have a network. Your network shows up to support you and stuff like that. So big up to Brooke too. Shoot, we might
Yeah,
have a
so
whole UMES party up in here today.
so Brooke is my second vice president. So let me give a shout out first to my amazing executive board for the Baltimore Alumni Chapter. We have a great staff. Hey, Tiffany. Tiffany is our treasurer. We have a great group of people. Hey, cousin. Angel is the secretary. I
Yo,
love my
everybody from
board.
UMES up in here today. Y'all
Let's
might
shout
have to
out
have
the
UMES
Hawthorne
on the
in
show
the
Russell
building.
Burger.
We soar high everywhere we go. Let everybody know. We are a school that is part of the University of Maryland system, the HBCU of the University of Maryland system. So, you know, some might say that we might be the black sheep of the family, but I like to call us the best sheep of the family,
Oh, with your bad self.
because that's what we are.
Okay.
So I am pumped about UMES.
Mm.
Okay. I have a great alumni. I have a great board, and we are doing wonderful things. I just became the president in November.
Mm-hmm.
So right now we're still in a transition. We're
Mm-hmm.
doing some technical things, but what we did do, as you know, we jumped right into the community. So we were partnering with the city council president's office with the toy drive. UMES has always
Mm-hmm.
supported the toy drive,
Always, always.
because one of the things about it is that a lot of our alumni, at one point, our older alumni, were teachers. They were educators. So they had the hands-on based in the community, based on being in the classroom.
Mm-hmm.
But as we are noticing now that a lot of people are not majoring in education. So we have a lot of people in other fields that are doing great things, but they don't have the hands-on in the
With the
community.
kids, gotcha. Huh?
So my goal in this administration right now is to get us back into the community. So I
Mm-hmm.
like to look at it because remember, we still HBCUs. I believe in socializing, service, and scholarship.
Yes.
And I can explain it to you. One thing that I know, me and you, people might not know our history. We
No, they
met
probably don't. Those
probably
those that do are probably laughing right now because they have no idea where this conversation is about to go.
so right, exactly. I'm gonna make sure you stay on the air a little longer. So
I appreciate that.
me and William, for people that don't know, me and William met probably 14 years ago when I became a member of the Greater Baltimore Urban League Young Professionals. Wonderful organization. If you are a young professional or know of a young professional, I would encourage you to please have them join any type of young professional organization. If it's not the Urban League, please make sure they do. It is a way to garner networks. Being part of the Urban League, I was able to become part of the Young Democrats of Baltimore to get into the political arena to understand how politics worked. I also got to meet National Society of Black Engineers, Blacks in Human Resources. These were things that I would not have been privy to if I had not become a member of the Young Professionals. So if you know any young people or anyone right now, look for a professional organization to volunteer.
I'm about to say, you better not leave. Just because I got gray, I got to get my volunteer game up too. Don't leave me out.
Oh yeah, so we definitely want people to volunteer. So what I've done since I've moved
Sworn
on
in.
from young professionals. I went to an organization where I know that it doesn't matter how old I am. I went back home to the University of Maryland, Eastern Shore, Baltimore Alumni Chapter. And I served in different capacities over the years as vice presidents, as secretaries, and now I've been awarded the great honor of being their president. And so that is one of the great things that I'm very proud of. Going back to how me and William met, we both served on a board together, and I was having issues with getting organized and not knowing this man. Someone suggested that I do an Excel spreadsheet. Again, not knowing this man, I said, I don't know how to do Excel. And he says to me, well, you know, they have an Excel book for dummies.
No, to be clear, there is a book called Excel for Dummies. It's very popular. I had a copy at the time. So
but that is not the way you introduce yourself to someone.
I know. I don't even do that no more.
Okay, because that's good. I'm glad you don't. But I will say, I wish I would have gotten the book. Because years later, I'm still struggling with an Excel spreadsheet. Okay. But William is there to help me, so that it doesn't matter. So that's how we met, and we've been friends. William is he's one of my best friends. He is a brother. I'm so proud and I'm so grateful that you have always supported me in all of my community endeavors.
Oh, absolutely.
And I'm so proud that you are doing great things. I think this is a wonderful platform. We've seen it come back around full circle for you when you were doing other things. So I am so happy for you right now, and I will continue to support you in all that you are doing. So I would just like everybody to give William big ups for everything that he's doing.
I appreciate that. And so one of the stories that I take with me, and when I talk to people about the value of community engagement and community service is, and actually I may have even told it on the show before, it's about you. Because the Christmas for Christopher's Place, toys and stuff like that. So the audience already knows I have some issues with Christmas, so we don't need to bring that up. Okay. So Michelle said I don't have to talk about that a lot. So I tile it down. But so it was just another thing we do. Okay, toy drive, blah, blah, blah. And it was just, and for me, it had always focused on getting the kids something. And I would struggle with that. But I remember I don't even know why I was there. Oh, I know why I was there, because you called and told me that you needed me to be there to help do something. And I was like, okay. So I show up
You
and
better.
they, I don't want no smoke. No smoke. I know how this works. And
Okay.
so I show up there, and I gotta be honest, I was counting the moments, because there was a midday brunch happy hour that was happening. So I was like, ooh, hey, you guys got toys, let's get ready to go. While I was there was a man who stood up and said, hey, before you all leave, I want to say thank you, and I want to tell you why. I have not talked to my daughter in the last 4 years, as I've been in and out of jail and in and out of rehab or treatment. It wasn't rehab, treatment, because of treatment. He was in and out of treatment. He said, he didn't have the reason to call, because every time he called, he needed something. So he said, because at the time it was called Christmas for Christopher's Place. And he said, and one of the things that they had to do was find out what the age and sex and what the children liked, so that we could get toys that were appropriate. This man said, because of that, he had the courage to call his daughter for the first time in 4 years. And he found out that not only did he have a granddaughter that he knew about, he had a grandson that he didn't know about.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, for this boy, the first time in this child's life, he will be able to show up bringing something. He's like, none of his children or grandchildren has that been able to be their first memory of him bringing them something.
Right.
And more less for the kid, but more for him, like the tears and the pride. Like, he's like, I've never been able to give them anything. And I can only imagine that whoever dropped that toy off, because I make up stories in my head all the time. So in my head, the story about the person who picked the toy up, who just did it so that they wouldn't look like the lame person at the happy hour who didn't bring a toy. You know what I mean? Like, it wasn't a big deal for the person who stopped by, picked it up. But damn, that man's in the trajectory of his entire life, of his entire family's life, was changed because we were in the community just doing something, whatever. And that's why I really want to encourage people, just no matter what it is, no matter how big or how small. Like I said, that one toy that you may have picked up to drop off at a happy hour toy drive just so you wouldn't look bad, literally could have saved that man's life. Like, it's so powerful, the whole give back and engagement in the community.
So one of the things that I'm glad that you discussed that, William, is that people look sometimes at the surface. Is a toy. Okay, it's a toy. No, it's not a toy.
That was me.
What people are looking at, so for someone who looks at it in a bigger view, during Christmas, you're dealing with people that are dealing with seasonal depression. You're dealing with parents who are trying to pay for what is needed and trying to provide some wants. And so the pressure that has on parents. You also are looking at the different ways of dealing with a child's self-esteem to be able to go back to school after the holiday when everyone's talking about all the stuff they have, all the new clothes they have, to be able to say they got something too. Because a lot of children are going back and saying, oh, I didn't get anything. And then
I left it at home, or
right.
I can't, my mama won't let me bring it out. I got a PlayStation 6 with 7 controllers.
So the thing about it is you're dealing with that. So also it cuts down on crime. And that's a big thing for me too. In Baltimore, no one is trying to rob somebody. No one is trying to steal something to make sure they can provide for their children for a toy, to give them stuff for Christmas. Right. We're trying to help you. And the one thing with the Christmas for Community Partnership, because it went from Christmas for Christopher Place, but this has expanded, and we've now have started providing toys for over 5 Baltimore City public schools and children in foster care. Because the community has now dug in, and we had so many toys at one point that we decided to keep going on and going on and going on. So the city has definitely jumped in to help provide. And I am so grateful. Me and Corey are so grateful to watch it move and to expand, and to have UMES as a major partner in it, because now they're a partner. And so, and whenever, and it goes back to one of the things that we look at with HBCUs is that we are a community. Right now, HBCUs are the new hashtags with the new outfits with the, no. One thing about it, I'll say this to you in the new terms, HBCUs been. We've been around. You look at civil rights leaders.
Just because you're learning about it now doesn't mean it ain't always been here.
We've been here. If you look at civil rights leaders, a lot of them graduated from HBCUs. So these are wonderful things.
Wait, no. I love this. Do you see what Chap said?
See? Chap, that wasn't nice. But
no.
Thank you, Chap. Okay, I'm gonna write a dummies book, and y'all are gonna buy it.
Well, I'm sorry. I'll help you write it, and then still buy it. But he's right, because everything you're talking about is like
William. You know that you in a book.
Okay. I said okay. It's my show.
Because you had me believing that you wrote a book, and I was looking for it everywhere, and it was just a book that was sitting in your head. And I was quoting from the book that you wrote. We'll talk about that next month. About women don't believe everything you hear. Okay. So anyway, let me go back to my wonderful UMES. We digress. Okay, so that is the thing about HBCUs, that we are a community. We come out.
Oh, okay. Okay, that wasn't for you. That was for me. My fault. Okay. I thought he was saying you need to write it. Okay, my fault.
So that is one of the things that we need to make sure that we understand, that we are a community of people. And what my goal is also is to garner relationships with other HBCUs in the area.
Because that's important, primarily because, looking at the larger social context, there's just like one issue in the Black community, one person or one group can't handle it alone. This isn't one thing that just affects the UMES as an HBCU, or just Morgan, or just Coppin, or just Bowie. It is all family. And one of the ways that we stay disempowered is that we end up fighting over scraps from the table, as opposed to demanding seats at the table.
Right. And the reality is, if you look at history, we are the ones that built the table. Amen. So now, why are we now trying to get a seat at something that we built? So we're not going to do that anymore. So one of my goals during this administration is to start collectively getting together with other HBCU alumni to start addressing some of the issues that are plaguing our community. People often go and they want to discuss, where's the Black church? What is the Black politicians doing? Well, what are the HBCUs doing?
Hell, what is everybody doing? There's a room for everybody in this. HBCUs are some of the most amazing place for scholarship and student engagement. Hell, most of the civil rights movement started on HBCU. Well, actually got pushed on HBCU campuses.
Exactly. And we have phenomenal students at the University of Maryland Eastern Shore. We have phenomenal students right here in Baltimore that need encouragement. The thing about community service is that it does not have to be a grandiose.
Say it again.
It does not need to be grandiose, like, oh, we need 20 people to do this, and we need to have a go, and now let's have 87 meetings to go help 5 people.
Nah.
Everyone knows a teacher or knows of a teacher to say, can I come to your class and volunteer? Or can I go to the dollar store and maybe buy you some books to start a reading library over in your corner? Hey, is it anybody that you know that might need uniforms in your class? Maybe I can go buy 2 pair of khakis and a shirt. The thing about it is, you can help somebody.
And you don't need to start an organization. You don't need no 501c3. You don't need no grant money.
No.
Help somebody. That's it.
And I will say this, and you do not need a camera.
Ooh. Uh-oh. We gonna do that today? Cause we at the halfway mark, so I can change the entire direction of the show if we want to talk about. We don't keep it 100 here.
No, what we're gonna do, we're gonna stay focused.
Okay, we'll keep it 100, but we keep it 85, and the stuff we talk about,
right. We're gonna stay focused.
All right. Okay, I'm saying, because some of the bullshit out. Dang. Sorry. I've been timing how long I've been able to make it without cursing. So today was like 34 minutes. Yesterday was a high watermark. I made it like 41, 42 minutes. It was awesome.
Well, I'm sitting here with you, and I'm giving you virtual nudges and and virtual kicks underneath the table. Don't say that. Don't do that. Okay.
Oh, but honestly, that was funny. Like, we used to always have them kicks under the table, where it's like when we're sitting together, and sometimes, okay, so we're gonna talk about that. Sometimes I forget the things to say, or the things that are appropriate to say. Oh wow, I'm here twice. Look at me. I'm bad. I'm Michael Jackson bad sometimes. This is what happens when you have the whole new show, the new layouts and stuff like that. Because I get confused with which buttons need to be hit. Blase skip, blase skip. But to your point before about the value of community service, it is incredibly. Oh, it's Donnie. Okay.
Donnie.
Oh, that's who keep putting me back on the thing. Okay. I can't hear you. Muted, Donnie.
You know we can't see your face, right?
No, I did not know you can't see my face. I can see my face.
I can't.
You can't see your face.
I did not know that.
I see you, Donnie. Hey, Donnie.
How
hey,
you
friend.
doing? How
hey,
you
friend.
been? You got a birthday coming up, don't you?
I do have a birthday coming up.
The birthday girl.
And Donnie, I was on a show with you a while ago talking about the toy drive, and we still doing it. And thank you for allowing us to have the platform for it many, 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 many years ago.
Okay, Mr. Hana Blue is coming in. You ready, Mr. Hana Blue?
Now you on mute.
You muted yourself. We got to get rid of that other stream, William. It's okay. We're experiencing technical challenges at the time.
So while y'all are doing that, I'm going to talk about UMES.
All right, there we go. Are we good?
Right. Yes.
Okay.
All right, we back.
Oh, sorry. Again, we've been trying to do some new technological stuff, and apparently it's not working. I did not even realize I couldn't be seen because I'm looking at myself on the screen like, oh, okay.
I couldn't see you. I thought it was a
appreciate
thing.
You, Donnie. Oh, you thought that's just how we did it? But I appreciate the fact that you rocked out with me for like a half an hour just looking at a blank screen.
I'm like, you know what? I know you're there. You're always in the shadows. So hey, long as I can hear you, I know you're there. That's the good thing about it. So
that was only supposed to be a metaphor. I didn't realize that's what happened in real life.
I'm staying focused because I'm here on a mission.
Absolutely. I'm here to have fun.
My mission right now is to talk about the University of Maryland Eastern Shore Baltimore Alumni Chapter.
Okay.
So let me explain to you about
and how can people get involved.
The University of Maryland Eastern Shore. For people who don't know, the University of Maryland Eastern Shore is located in Princess Anne, Maryland, on the Eastern Shore quarter of the state. It is a historically Black university, and it is a small university, but it is getting bigger. It is probably around 2 hours and 30 minutes away from Baltimore City. For me, It was a university that was close enough for home, but far enough away from home. And for people who aren't used to being that far away from home, or parents who are used to not having their children that far away from home, it works.
Mm-hmm.
The campus is one of the things I love about the campus is that it still has a accountability feel to it. And
what do you mean by that?
What accountability feel means, if you didn't write your paper, you needed to stay in your room until after the professor is gone home for the day. Because you're not going to be in a campus of thousands where they would not recognize you. And for some of us, we need that hand holding. But what it also what it has also done, and I am so gracious to be able to sit and talk with, as they call them, our season hawk, which are our elders of our alumni association. And one of the other goals is to bridge the generational gap with our older alumni and our younger alumni. And I'm so excited to do that, but I'm also able to see what they have experienced. I also admire their friendship and their relationships that some of them have had for over 50 years. A lot of them have graduated in the 60s and the 70s, and they remain friends to this day. And the friendship and the bond that they have with one another is
so like the
amazing.
whole time that there's been no break in friendships or relationships.
Let me explain to you what the secret is about that.
Okay.
Because I had to ask, especially in a world of people get mad and they don't talk to you and people ghosting people and things like that. I asked them, how did you all remain friends for all this time? And the nugget that they gave me was they accept one another for who they are. And they love each other through it anyway.
That sounds so simple, but it isn't. Yeah.
Right.
It sounds simple, but it isn't.
But the thing about it is that when you can, the good outweighs the bad. And one of the things that I was just speaking with a friend of mine the other day, and I was saying to her, do you notice that when people pass away, nobody ever talks about the bad times? Everybody has great memories. Remember when we did this, and remember when they said that? Not remember when they made everybody mad and made everybody angry. Nobody ever talks about that.
Right.
So we need to look at what is important, and then we need to move on. And if nothing else that they had in common, they had the University of Maryland Eastern Shore in common.
That experience, yeah.
And one of the things that I realized is that these were people that might have caught the Greyhound down or had to have the community help with the one person that might have had a car that drove them down, and then had to find housing because at the time it might have been 2 dorms on campus. So they were able to live in the community and live with professors and do wonderful things. And remember that at the time they were still on the Eastern Shore who weren't that happy to have African Americans in the area. And they continue to press through. And that's why they love the school. And that's why we love the school. All of us. Go ahead, William.
All of his what?
Okay, one of the things that I think that everyone has a different experience on the campus. So every generation has a different story to tell about being at the University of Maryland Eastern Shore. And but all of us love the school. And again, it is a great thing. We have a membership. We have an alumni association that we meet every third Thursday of the month. We have membership dues that honestly, they're $30. But it's not about what is my $30 going to. I can tell you what your $30 is going to. Your $30 is collectively helping to provide scholarships for children to attend the University of Maryland Eastern Shore. Your $30 is helping a family right now that might be helping a child get out of Baltimore City that might help save their lives. Your $30 is helping them to build a network and a relationship that will last them a lifetime.
Right.
So these are the things. So again, we're looking at the surface. Oh, chapter dues. Oh, $30. No. Your $30 really goes to something, to somebody, to help a family. You know, parents that are trying to, again, make ends meet, take the scholarship. And also what we would do, we would definitely encourage people to have, and this is not just for University of Maryland Eastern Shore. There are a lot of scholarships out there and people are not applying for them.
Talk about that a little bit.
One of the things that is happening,
your experience about it at the University of Maryland Eastern Shore Alumni Association.
So right now we have a scholarship. We have that we give a $750 scholarship to 2 recipients for each semester for their first year. And then we also offer a hardship scholarship for a student that may be down that it might just need some more assistance. Because sometimes when you get there, financial aid might be short. You know, you might have parents who are paying, but you might still need book money or fees or things like that. And now what we're also realizing is that you have a lot of children that live off of campus that are not on a meal plan. But they need to eat. And they can't get the public assistance. So we're trying to find a way to make sure that these children are able to eat, and we're getting a diverse group of people. So one of the things that we're trying to find out and figure out is that people who are now offering scholarships, we got to get ready to move up with the times. So you're dealing with a technologically savvy group of students. So now paper applications, and then go mail it in, and then get the transcript, and
no, that's not gonna work.
You're dealing with children like the post office. Where I get a stamp, like they're not with that. So what we've done this year, we have a link tree. That now we are having an electronic application. Everything. Thank you to, again, my wonderful board, Erin Gross, who was in charge of our scholarship committee, for her getting the link tree out. And if you want to, you can go onto our UMES Alumni Association Baltimore Chapter Facebook page, and then you can get the information regarding our scholarship. So we're trying to do it electronically, and a lot of our other chapters for UMES alumni, their websites, our website is under construction right now, but their websites have their scholarships done electronically as well.
Okay.
And we're still reaching out to educators and guidance counselors to fill out the application. But parents, we would also encourage you to sit down with your children and write these essays.
Yeah, because I remember one time you told me the essay was the biggest issue why you all weren't getting a lot of applicants.
A lot of people won't write the essay. You have to write the essay. And the essay is it's
a page,
maybe 2 or 3
half
paragraphs. It's not major. And as we know, as you write papers, all you got to do is doctor it up for the next application you apply for. That's one of the things that we even see in the community. We continue to recreate the wheel. Why?
There's no reason.
Use the templates you have and make it work. So we would encourage people to apply for our scholarship, but also parents, look, people are sitting on money that they want to give away, but nobody is coming to get it. And we need to definitely do that in our community.
Right.
So the thing about it, UMES has 2 memberships, and people might want to look at this in their alumni associations. We have 2 types of memberships. We have a regular membership, as if you are a graduate of the University of Maryland Eastern Shore. That gives you all rights to our alumni association. We also have an associate membership for those who attended UMES but did not graduate. Some, had to leave for personal reasons. Some transferred out to pursue other majors. Once they declared the major, they might have left to go to Coppin or left to go to, another university for whatever reason they chose to, but they can still be a member. They just do not have voting rights. They cannot run for office in our organization, but they can be a member. And we will accept you. You can come and socialize, service, and help provide scholarship. Because our motto and our organization is we're here to make a difference. And we will encourage everybody to make a difference.
So let's use a little bit of the time we have left. Let's say I got somebody out here who's listening, or who has a kid who's looking at college, or is an educator and might need to provide some advice. Tell them why that they should at least look at, if not choose, University of Maryland Eastern Shore.
Other than it's the best.
Okay, why is it the best? Because everybody, all the schools, all the HBCUs say they're the best. Why yours?
Okay, the University of Maryland Eastern Shore is the best one because it still has a family field. The University of Maryland Eastern Shore also has new programs. We have a golf program now.
Oh,
We have
wow.
a pharmacy program now.
Mhm.
We have a one of the what do we call it? Hospitality
Oh, mhm.
majors there. We have a wonderful criminal justice program there. I am a product of that wonderful criminal justice program there. We
Mhm.
have construction management there. We have
I don't know about the construction management.
yes, we have an early
Okay.
childhood development program there. We have a fashion design program there that
Wow.
has pushed out phenomenal fashion designers and human ecology majors. We
Human
have
ecology?
yes,
Huh.
so it's
Okay. Okay.
right. So we have a beautiful campus.
Mhm. Mhm. Yeah, you do.
Recently, I just went and supported our bowling team,
Okay.
and got to watch our female bowlers bowl, and we did win some of our championship, some of the
Oh,
games. So again, and these are scholarships, parents, that you need to look into. Every girl on that team was going to school for free for bowling.
wow.
Right. So these are scholarships that we need to look into. Again, like I say, if you live in Baltimore, it is close enough, parents, and far enough for you to check on your child and make sure that your child is okay. It is a safe campus. The University of Maryland Eastern Shore stayed open during COVID. The children were tested weekly, and everyone stayed safe there. We have a great National Alumni Association
Yeah.
who's also working with it. Right now, we're dealing and working with our wonderful president, and we're also working with the community, the criminal justice community, to work on the targeting of African American students, as well as we're also addressing the hate crimes that have been portrayed on the HBCU campuses. UMES is making sure
Mm.
that our students stay safe. They are
Mhm.
listening to the concerns of the alumni, the parents, and the students.
Now, talking about the safety issue, recently, during the beginning of Black History Month, HBCUs around the country were targeted with bomb threats and threats of other types of violence. Talk a little bit about why HBCUs are so important, especially in that context to set off Black History Month.
So when I heard about the threats to the Black campuses, it really, let me say this. It really showed me how much they know that we are a threat. It showed me that they know that educated Black people are a major threat for you to threaten our campuses.
Mhm.
It also showed us
Mhm.
that we also need to have a sense of solidarity to our children on the campuses, but then it goes back to issues that alumni need to come together to make sure that we all stay safe. So it hurt me that
Okay.
still hear that. It's hurting me to also see that racism is really coming back to a forefront. We read about it, and a lot of us thought we were in a different place, and we're seeing a lot of people are showing their true colors. So that's why it's definitely important for children to be on an HBCU campus, to be affirmed, to be appreciated, to be educated, to be supported,
Mhm.
and to be loved. And one of the things that I say to people is that if you can survive in the community of a HBCU, you can survive anywhere in the world. We cry together, we fight, we party together, we produce excellence in everything that we do.
When I graduated, I went to UMBC. Interesting with who graduated from HBCUs, but everybody fraternity or sorority, like they had really given themselves to the organization like that, and the connection. It was, I know for me, it was, there are people that I know from UMBC that I'm tight with, that if they call me blase skip, but what I saw from people from HBCUs was like, if you win here, no matter when you win here, you cool now. And that was a really big deal. Or is that just my perception? Was that actually real?
So one of the things, did you know that you lived in Baltimore City for a long time? I am a native of Baltimore City. Is that Baltimore City at one point was a high school driven city? Everyone asked you what high school you go to. That kind of showed you your clout in Baltimore City. HBCUs had the
Right.
same. And that's one of the reasons why we want to let people know that greatness comes out of the University of Maryland Eastern Shore, not just Morgan State, which we love you, Bears, and Coppin. We love you, Eagles. But we have other ones here, including Bowie State, and we want to let people know that the University of Maryland Eastern Shore produces excellence and is in the community as well. The great thing about going and attending the HBCUs is that, yes, a lot of Greek organizations prevail and are part of the HBCU life. But it's also people that have also graduated who are not part of those that are making great things happen around in the world. But we also have that collectiveness that still brings us together, because no matter what, we're family.
Right.
And we are able to bond and talk about experiences again with our elder. And they come through just like alumni, excuse me, like sororities and fraternities. They come through. They show up. Someone passed away last week. We had alumni get in a 15-passenger van to go to Norfolk to his funeral, and a car caravan. But they're 70 and 80 years old, and they know they can't drive it. But they got
right.
And
but they were going to get there. Yeah,
to show up. Yeah. We show up. We are family. It's amazing to know. And as a person that was raised as an only child, they are my family. My family stems from my community service work. I have had 2 careers. But my network is based off of my community work, the community mediation program. I'm glad that you had Mr. Wooden on yesterday with Erica Bridgeford. Erica is one of my mentors. She's one of my sheroes. Erica showed me to be a mediator in conflict resolution many, many moons ago. But it opened up my world to see how the city runs in conflict. It also is showing me that being part of the Baltimore Urban League, where I met you and where I met so many other people, being part of the Young Democrats, these have become my family. But my biggest family is the University of Maryland Eastern Shore. And my board is like my sisters, because we've served on it together for years under the tutelage of Elder Hawks, who have made sure and have instilled the importance of community, family, and our mission to the University of Maryland Eastern Shore. I love the campus. I love my school. I love my alumni. And I will definitely make sure that we have garnered a relationship and a partnership with Baltimore City. So you will definitely see us around.
Okay. I'm looking forward to it.
So, hey, call us up. Right now, I had shut down while COVID the numbers were high. Some of us were still going out, but we had a elderly population around us, and I did not want any of our behaviors to affect their health.
Absolutely.
The numbers are going down. The chapter will be reopening back for in-person community service, social events in April, and in-person meetings. So the thing about it is, because one of the things is that we are family, we need to be together. It is a collective. So again, I would love to work with you. I am so happy with you for this wonderful opportunity that you've given me to talk about my wonderful university, my wonderful alumni. So I want to make sure that people understand that we are doing great things in the community. I wanted to highlight one thing that we're definitely doing for our alumni. For the month of February, which is Black History Month, we decided to highlight a Hawk-owned, Black-owned business on our social media to celebrate them. We understand entrepreneurship is difficult, but so we give you mad respect and we celebrate you. So what we've decided to do is that we will continue to highlight Black History weekly. We will highlight a Black-owned historically Black Hawk business, so that we can start with our to start building a business network. We can start supporting not only Black owned but also Hawk owned businesses, and also to offer them, and me and you have talked about other ways to help entrepreneurs with their businesses, and we'll be starting to do some of that. These are all the wonderful things that we want to do, because alumni, we want to continue to encourage, support, and affirm our alumni the same that we do our students on campus.
Right.
So again, I would ask everybody to go to our social media page, UMES Alumni Association Baltimore Chapter on Facebook. Right now, you can go to our website. Again, it's under construction, but please keep it to watch and see all the wonderful things that we are doing on that at UMES BAC for UMES Baltimore Alumni Chapter.com. And you can email me if you would like at volunteerlady74@gmail.com. I would love to talk to you. If you are part of another HBCU that would like to start a collective or have another community service event that you would like for us to come out and support, let's get together, let's make a change, and let the city know and the state know that we are here. I'm calling out Coppin, I'm calling out Morgan, I'm calling out Bowie. Hey, A&T, I'm calling y'all out too, and any other alumni associations that are in Baltimore City, so that we can collectively get together. Let's stop creating different wheels and recreating wheels, and we can collectively get together, make a difference, and lessen the load, and show Baltimore City and our students and our community that we are more than just a party, a hashtag, and a cute sweatshirt.
Hey man, look at you. You do a full on commercial at the end. I saw you save the commercial to the end. That's how you dropped the mic.
Thank you, William.
All right, baby.
Thank you. Again, if anyone knows someone that went to the University of Maryland Eastern Shore, or if anyone who wants to go to the University of Maryland Eastern Shore, I would love to talk to their families. I would love to talk to their friends. I would like to come to their class and talk to them. I love my UMES. I love my UMES. Yes, I do.
Yay.
Okay.
All
so
right.
Thank you, everybody. And you all have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. Be safe. And remember, UMES.
Remember UMES and also Keesha Wallace, Black Girl Magic. Okay. Wow. We did it again, didn't we? We got to the end of the show, had a phenomenal time. We are looking forward to having her talk about her experiences as a Black woman. Monday we'll be talking to Justice Connection. It's a Black lawyer referral service, and really talking about, when do you need a lawyer, how do you need a lawyer, and how do you find one? All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, we have again had an amazing time, and we will be Black on Monday.